Britney Spears exposes horrible secrets. We got to talk about this, but before we get into it, hello! My name is Sebastian, and I spill pop culture tea videos every single day. So if you're looking for a new messy best friend, you have found me. So why don't you grab a snack and a drink, hit that subscribe button. I, first of all, am so grateful and thankful for you all. Today is the last day of the month. So towards the end of the video, I'm just going to share a couple of tips and tricks I have or today's the end of the month. Sorry, honey, my mind is giving Blue's Clues, bitch. I need Dora to explore me, girl, because a bitch is lost. Yeah, girl, today's the last day of the month, so I have a couple tips and tricks to share with you guys, so you guys can kind of end the month good and start the brand new month tomorrow even more fabulous than before. So, best friend, I have been going over a lot of Britney Spears stuff, and a lot of you guys really enjoyed when I was reading from the Britney Spears memoir and kind of sharing a lot of things. And I think one of the main reasons why I'm doing it, I have to say, I really enjoy sharing Britney Spears's truth, because a lot of people, they only see her on social media and they judge her and they don't give her any grace because they don't really know half of the things that she went through with the conservatorship. And even before the conservatorship, there was a lot of fucked up things that happened. So I'm not reading it from page 1 to the end. I'm just kind of like choosing a little things here and there that I think will help people who are not very educated on what Britney Spears went through, to kind of get them on board, to have a little more patience and a little bit more grace to Miss Britney. Because we've seen the comments, we see the headlines from the media. They judge her so horribly and they are always so incredibly cruel to her. So hopefully this helps, kind of change people's minds. But I highly, highly encourage you guys to please go out and get yourself this book. Please go out and get yourself, the audiobook, but I promise you, this will change your mind. So we're just going to read a little bit, life right after the conservatorship was filed. I'm not the best reader also, so I apologize if I fuck up a word here and there, but I'm very grateful that you guys are enjoying this. So, all right, the conservatorship was created supposedly because I was incapable of doing anything at all, feeding myself, spending my own money, being a mother, anything. So why was it that a few weeks later, they had me shoot an episode of How I Met Your Mother and then sent me on a grueling world tour? So Britney Spears she did I believe 2 episodes on How I Met Your Mother. And actually, fun fact, it gave How I Met Your Mother the highest ratings of their entire series. Not season, series. Okay? That's crazy. She basically saved the show, period. After the conservatorship started, my mom and my brother's girlfriend got short haircuts and went out to dinner drinking wine. Paparazzi were there, taking their picture. It all felt set up. My dad took my boyfriend away, and I could not drive. My mom and dad took my womanhood from me. It was a win-win for them. I remain shocked that the state of California would let a man like my father, an alcoholic, someone who declared bankruptcy, who'd failed in business, who'd terrified me as a little girl, control me after all of my accomplishments and everything I had done. I thought about advice my father had given me over the years that I'd resisted, and I wondered if I'd be able to resist anymore. My father presented the conservatorship as a great stepping stone on the road to my comeback. Just months earlier, I'd released the best album of my career, but fine. What I heard in what my father... Girl, picture fell. What I heard in what my father said... Sorry. Oh, sorry, girl. I'm so sorry. What I heard in what my father said was, she's great now. She's working for us. It's a perfect situation for our family. Was it great for me, or was it great for him? How fun, I thought. I can go back to working again like nothing at all happened. Too sick to choose my own boyfriend, and yet somehow healthy enough to appear on sitcoms and morning shows, and to perform for thousands of people in a different part of the world every week. From that point on, I began to think that he saw me as put on earth for no other reason than to help their cash flow. At my house, my father took over my little study and my bar area and turned it into his office. There was a bowl there that had a bunch of receipts in it. Yet, here's my confession. I was so nerdy that I kept all my receipts in a bowl. Each week, I would add up my expenses old school style to keep track of my deductions for taxes. Even when I was going through a wild spell, the fundamentals of who I was as a person were still there. To me, that bowl of receipts was proof that I was still capable of managing my affairs. I knew musicians who did heroin, got in fistfights, and threw TVs out of the hotel rooms. Not only didn't I steal anything or hurt anyone or do hard drugs, I was keeping track of my tax deductions. Not anymore. My father shoved aside my bowl of receipts, setting up his things on the bar. Quote, I just want to let you know I call the shots, he said. You sit right there in that chair and I'll tell you what goes on. I looked at him with a growing sense of horror. I'm Britney Spears now, he said. On the rare occasion that I went out, like to my agent and friend Kate's house for a dinner party, the security team would sweep through the house before I arrived to make sure there was no alcohol or any drugs, even Tylenol there. No one at the party was allowed to drink until I left. The other guests were all very good sports about it, but I sensed that the second I left was when the real party started. When someone wanted to date me, the security team who answered to my father would run a background check on him, make him sign an NDA, and even have him submit to a blood test. And my father said I couldn't see the photographer I had been dating ever again, too. Before a date, Robin would tell the man my medical and sexual history. To be clear, this was before the first date. The whole thing was humiliating, and I knew the insanity of this system kept me from finding basic companionship, having a fun night out, or making new friends, let alone falling in love. Thinking back on the way my father was raised by June and his mother, and the way I was brought up by him, I had known from the jump that it would be an actual nightmare to have him in charge. The thought of my father taking over any aspect of my life had filled me with fear, but taking over everything, it was just the worst thing that could possibly ever happen to my music, my career, and my sanity. Oh, you guys. So let me just tell you a little bit about this time. This was Britney Spears left the 5150, and basically she went on How I Met Your Mother. Her hair wasn't still grown back because everyone was so focused on her hair. I remember I was doing some research like last year or so, and I remember seeing so many different videos of paparazzi from back then, and there was this video that went like viral in that time that everyone was talking about, which was Britney Spears going to a dance studio. So right when Britney Spears was going to a dance studio, she had blonde nice extensions, right? And the reason I say nice extensions was because that was like the headline, like Britney Spears is back, you know? And she went to the dance studios, and that's when we found out that her new album Circus was being recorded and was set to be released on December 2nd, her birthday that year. And so, I mean, it's just so crazy that you hear this. I mean, imagine your parents, your team telling the person you are dating, not even dating because you haven't even gone on your first date, your medical and sexual history, blood test for, you're the boyfriend, or just a guy you're dating. You don't have any right for an IUD. You are told what to eat. You basically can't go out. And I can't imagine going to a friend's house. And then it's like, seriously, it's like a parent, and you're like 4 years old. Like, imagine like she goes to like a celebrity house, right? Kate is really good friends with Paris Hilton, with all these celebrities. Imagine like all these celebrities there, right? And these like big guards come in and say, no drinking alcohol. Let me search your home. You know, there's a story that Iggy Azalea shared that when they did that collab for Pretty Girls, Iggy invited Britney over for a lunch to celebrate the song. Well, Iggy says that her Britney security team came hours before Britney was set to arrive and literally searched her whole house for alcohol, drugs, any type of substance, or any type of medication. That's crazy. You are telling me that Britney Spears was okay to go on TV shows, to dance, to go to dance, rehearsals, to record an album, to write an album, to fly on harnesses, to fly in a circle of fire, all of these crazy things, but she can't decide what to eat or order from Postmates. That's fucking bullshit. So what do you guys think about this? Let me know in the comments below. If you want me to continue reading, just let me know. I'm very excited for my podcast because in my podcast, I'm going to be doing like kind of more like conversational things. And we're going to really, really like start like kind of like a book club. And then maybe I could read it from page 1. So then we can like, really do it. But what do you guys think? Let me know in the comments. Britney, I'm so proud of you. Everything you've survived, everything you are surviving. I just pray and I hope that all of you guys out there who are still judging her just off of her Instagram, just off of her dancing around, can just have a little bit more, not patience, but give her some grace and understand that what she went through, many would not be able to survive. So love you so much, Britney. Love you all. Thank you so much for watching. Oh, I'm so sorry. The end of the month tips. End of the month tips. It is very important today or tomorrow, whenever you feel like it, okay, girl? Don't pressure yourself. Give yourself some grace. But kind of release things, let things out that no longer serve you, okay? Things that you may believe that are kind of getting in the way for your happiness, things that are dimming your light, people that are dimming your light, yourself. Why are you dimming your own light, bitch? What is going on with you that maybe you can fix and start brand new tomorrow and leave that toxic energy behind? So kind of take a look at, into your life and really figure out what you can leave behind. So kind of like saying goodbye. I treat every last of the month and every first of the month like a new year, like the end of the year. I've always done it. And one thing I always say is, if you're not in the mood to do this today, do it tomorrow, girl. Give yourself some grace and don't be so hard on yourself, okay? I know it's going to be a very blessed month. I love you all. Let go and don't use things that are no longer useful for you, okay? Love you so much, and I'll see you on my next video. Mwah. Bye.